Well, here we are in the 2021 LC500 convertible, and you've got Yale on the passenger seat.
What's up, guys?
And I am Brian with New Car Spin. So today we're just going to give you a quick rundown of what the LC500 convertible sounds like. We've got some tunnels. We're going to let the car do the talking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so if you hold that camera there, we're going to start off in normal mode. We'll go through the tunnel. We'll switch it to Sport Plus. We'll go through the tunnel again, and then we'll hit what we call the Concrete Canyon. And from there, you just get to listen to the glorious 471 horsepower naturally aspirated Lexus V8.
V8.
This is not the review. The review will come separate, but this is just a little piece, a little Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from New Car Spin.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All smiles.
Oh yes. We got the top down, we got the windows up.
Turn at the end of the road and then right turn.
I got navigation telling me what to do.
Right turn.
Let me just cancel here. Right there.
Right turn.
Yes, delete the destination. Wait for the traffic to go by. I hope you're all doing well while we wait for the traffic to go by. This car is therapy. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Yeah. It's stickers for $112,000 with options. And I'd say if I was in retirement and I had a huge nest egg, I would definitely take advantage of today's market and dump it and buy one of these because it's a lot cheaper than regular therapy. I'll show you why. Just normal. Here we are entering this tunnel. There's gonna be some road noise because there's constant traffic. Okay, that's not bad, but now we're gonna go turn around, do it one more time in manual mode using Sport Plus. So let's go ahead and go to Sport Plus. We are in manual. So we can downshift, and when we do that, it'll blip the throttle.
Makes me so happy.
It's an amazing combination of speed and power and sound. And there's nothing on the market, in my opinion, these days that do this kind of magical combination, rear-wheel drive. Now you can get the coupe, which would have all-wheel steering available, but this does have the optional limited slip diff, which is like a $300 option, which is ridiculous. I can't fathom why they don't just put it on the car. So this is basically where we're at. We're in a 2021 LC500, which is miles better than the, what was that one called? The RCF?
Yeah, the RCF.
Yeah. So as far as the RCF is concerned, I did not like that at all, and I was very clear about it, and all the Toyota fanboys hated me for it, but this is worth it. This, I've always said this is the one to get. I don't know why people would waste their time on the RCF. So you don't have to get the convertible version, but people are saying this was actually designed to be a convertible, which is kind of weird because they've got two versions of the coupe that came out first. There was a hybrid version, which had like a combination automatic and a CVT. And then there's the V8 version. So we're gonna go on to the toll road. And it is December 23rd, so what is it? What's the temperature? It's 58 degrees out. It's not bad. That's why we're able to drive with the top down. We are breaking the cardinal rule of convertibles, though.
What's that?
You cannot have two guys, no matter what kind of convertible it is. You cannot have two guys in a convertible, period.
Well, You got 2 seats back here.
Yeah, that's true. We have seats for more, but it's very limited. It's very exclusive back there. So we're gonna keep the top down. You agree?
Yep.
Okay. So top down, hit the canyon, which is basically the 635 toll road, and we'll just be silent. Let the car do the talking, and yeah, you decide whether or not you agree with us. This is the best Lexus. Do you say that?
I would say this is the best Lexus. Definitely the best seats as well.
Oh yeah,
man.
Easily. It has the heated headrest there, so it blows hot air. There's a setting for that. Heated steering wheel, of course, and the heated seats themselves. And there are no direct buttons to control that, but you do have the menu to do it. You hit menu, and you can go over to climate, and then from climate, you can set your seats and steering, and then the headrest is separate. Or you can just let concierge do the whole thing. Corners nicely. It's not exactly like a Porsche or a Ferrari, but there are a lot of cars that are out there that try and compete with the Porsche, the Mercedes SL, what is it, God, what do they even call it? The two-door Mercedes. It's
the GT,
the GT,
yeah.
yes. Well, it used to be the SLS. A lot of people are just making vehicles to try and compete with the Porsche. And so Porsches, though, have gone up in price, and I don't think they're really delivering the same experience you can get with this, especially for this kind of money. The closest to this, I would say, would be that Mercedes GT. And this feels big. I mean, this is not a small car. And I have different modes I can drive in, and it adjusts the suspension, and the drive mode is very unique. We have Eco, Comfort, Normal, Sport, and Sport Plus. And as far as the traction control, there is a snow mode, so we can drive this in inclement weather. It just pulls hard. And we're going to go right into traffic, so just bear with us as we make our way to the toll road. It kind of emphasizes my logic here is that 471 horsepower might not be as much as some of the competition, but I've driven cars with close to 800 horsepower. And when it comes to situations like this, where we're in stop and go traffic, there really is no difference. You can actually use more of the horsepower if you had less power, and basically flooring it and rolling the gears, going through gear changes and whatever. It's safer to do that than it would be with 800 horsepower. So 471 is like a good number. It's a weird number, but it's still a good number.
Well, visceral. The engine sounds visceral. I mean, you got great sounds out of this thing, and everything in this car, the fit and finish is unbelievable. I wish you guys could see this, but it's just top notch.
They have a large display in the center here. The clock is not a part of it, but they did a pretty good job incorporating everything together and making this sort of like a GT.
Right, that's exactly what I was going to say. This car is really meant just to cruise around. It's just nice that you got a little power on tap and naturally aspirated, so you can just hit the accelerator and you just go. Yeah,
you can clown around in Sport Plus all you want, draw attention to yourself. It's going to happen regardless because of how sexy this car is. But if you don't want that attention, you just kind of want to be mellow and totally cruise, you just put it in comfort mode. It'll tone everything down, and you can really experience just the comfort that you get from a traditional Lexus, which is hard to do in other sports cars. They can't calm down enough. You end up high-strung and temperamental. This car does not do that. This car just goes with the flow.
And Brian, talking about looking good in the car, many looks have you gotten in this car driving around Dallas?
No, I get a lot of looks in this car. This is a very tempting car. So I get more attention than I would like. But I feel like a rock star in this thing. It's not just because of the color. It's because I don't think you can even get this car yet. It's not for sale yet, or maybe it is just like right now. I don't know. I haven't seen any. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go for some tunnels. Put this in manual mode. Ready? Let's go. That was a pretty decent triple-digit speed, and the top's down and the windows are up. We have a little optional screen in the back there, and we're not being disturbed at all by the wind. My hat is still on. Yale, how's the hairdo, dude?
Man, it feels great in here. It's almost like you don't know you're in a convertible. Yeah,
it's magical. I mean, the way this thing moves through the air, you feel like $1 million. Let's go again. Do that all day. Strong brakes. And we'll do a full review on this later. We'll get into all the dynamic parts of it, but literally it's like people have always talked about Toyota reliability or dependability. Granted, this is a Lexus, but it's still there. And I think for those of you that are at kind of an age like me, midlife crisis, or maybe a little older, and you got some money sitting around and you're like, I don't want to risk it all in the market, and maybe you need some entertainment because 2020 was obviously not an entertaining year, this is a nice way to go, because unlike those Ferraris that need a lot of maintenance and a lot of upkeep and a lot of attention, I think you can get away with having a car that looks this good and drives this well and sounds this perfect, and I think you're not going to be a douchebag either. So, there's a lot going for this car that I approve of. And with that, I'm just going to say thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. I'm going to do a review on this car. It'll be out very soon. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, y'all.